fans, I am Jason Burgos for Sherdog.com, and I have the absolute pleasure of being joined by a true legend of this sport. He's a two-time UFC lightweight champion, UFC Hall of Famer, actor, and the owner of the most iconic mohawk in combat sports history. He would next be seen in the FITE TV exclusive film Cagefighter Worlds Collide, which debuts on May 16th. MMA would not be where it is today if it wasn't for him being the Iceman in it, because he is Chuck Liddell. Chuck, Mr. Iceman, sir, thank you for the time to talk Cagefighter and some MMA.
Well, thank you for having me, man.
Now, I have a whole bunch of questions for you. Of course, we will talk MMA-related topics, but the main reason why we're here is to talk about your role in this upcoming movie, Cagefighter. Plus, I am fascinated by the idea of Chuck Liddell, the thespian, because acting has been something you've been doing for a very long time now, and a lot more in the last few years. Talk to me about how you joined the Cagefighter cast and your character of Marcus, who plays like the coach-mentor character for the lead in the movie.
Yeah, it was one of those things. I got sent the script and I really liked it, and actually I didn't think I'd be able to do it. But I called the guy back because I wanted to make some corrections for him, because there's a few little things in there that would have bothered me as a fighter. Like, okay, that's not right. It doesn't affect the story, but it's not right. That's nagging me. So I figured it was a good script. So I thought, I want to help this guy out. So I called him up and said, hey, man, sorry, I'm having 2 surgeries in like a week, in like 10 days, and it's right before you're shooting, and I'm not gonna be able to play in this movie. Yeah. Well, that's great. We don't want you to fight. We want you to be a coach. Okay. Perfect. Okay, I can do that. All right, cool. And so I kind of took it, and I saw the character as a mentor and a guy that, he had Marcus his whole career, and I kind of look at it as, that's kind of like John and me. So I kind of try to, instead of being a coach like I would be a coach, funny thing is I'm a calm guy in the ring, but when I'm coaching, I'm trying not to throw my chair at you. When we're fighting, I'm screaming and yelling, and John's the calm guy. So, I kind of made the character kind of after John. So it was a fun thing to do.
Fighters have learning curves and growth experiences. How hard was the learning curve has been for you as an actor? Especially in the last few years, like I mentioned, you've been doing a lot more of it. You've been making like a primary career goal and stuff like that. Is it still difficult in ways now, or has it become easier as you've chosen more of a defined lane, mostly doing like action themed stuff?
Yeah, it gets easier and easier, yeah. But the more you work at it, it's one of those things. Like, once I started doing this, I decided I want to do this. So when I first started doing it, I'll keep doing it as long as it stays fun. But when I really decided I want to try to do this, I want to be good at what I do. So I've been practicing. I've done my doing lessons and trying to get better and better at it. And it's always I can do it. The hardest I can do it when it's in the scene, it seems like it's easier to get into action. I think when I first started doing it, the hard part was auditions. Because you go there, you got some guy reading the papers here, and you're supposed to get all the commotion and all that stuff, and the guy's like, and yes, you did. No reaction. You're like, thanks, bro. You're actually grabbing the guy by the throat. It's a lot easier to act that way.
Yeah.
But it's been a great learning experience. And like I think I learn something every time I go on set. Learn different things about filming and movies.
And I'm a huge movie fan. I like learning stuff about the behind the scenes. But one of the things along with that, the audition, it seems like it's so nerve-wracking. But the thing that I would imagine that's got to be tough too, especially when you're first getting into it, is where you have a director who's like, cut, okay, that wasn't one I was looking for. I need a little bit of this. And you have to do like 3 to 10, versions of the same scene. Like, did that take a while to get used to, and like driving you crazy?
No, what actually drives me crazy. That doesn't drive me crazy. A director that actually tells me what he wants.
Okay.
And goes, hey, can you do this for me? Can you do it more like this? Can you do? Love it. but I do have a reputation of being a fighter,
Yeah.
right? So you get there, and the hard thing is to get people going. Like they're like, well, hey, that was great. That was great. But can we do it again? They're like, can you tell me what you want different? I asked to have this kid, and they gave me. I had to do in Riot, the movie Riot.
Mm.
I found out after I agreed to do it that I had a Russian accent.
Oh.
So I told them, okay, I'll do it, but you gotta send me a coach. And they send this kid over. It's a young Russian kid.
Mm.
Who's on it. He comes over and I'll repeat back what he said to me. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's good. Like my wife's sitting there watching and going, like about 5 minutes into it, she goes, dude, he doesn't sound anything like you. Nothing. You can't tell him he's doing good. He's gonna get mad at you for telling him he's doing good when he's not.
Yeah.
So luckily, my son, his best friend best friend at the time was Russian, and his mom came over and helped me. Now, the Russian mom, trust me, she had no problem telling me what I was doing wrong. She had no problem telling me what I was doing wrong.
Yeah.
So it helped out. It turned out pretty good.
Now, I've noticed you've done quite a few films with Dolph Lundgren. And how did that connection come about? And has it gotten to the point where, you get a phone call one day that goes, Chuck, it's Drago. I'm starting production on a new film soon. Keep September free. See you soon. And boom, new movie role.
Well, the first 3 movies we were in together, we weren't even on set. We never saw each other on set.
Wow. Okay.
At one of them, we were even in the Riot.
Yeah.
We're basically in the same prison fight scene because it was all throughout the prison. We were never there at the same time.
Wow. Huh.
It's kind of funny. But then finally, I got to do did Acceleration recently, and I got to do a fight scene with him. I actually got to fight him, so that was cool. And I know he's a good dude. He called me not too long ago about a script, and so before all this stuff happened, we were talking about doing it April-ish. But he called me up, and it's actually a script I really like too. It's a cool one, so I'm hoping we get to make that one.
So all these movies, like before you made them with him, that you didn't have scenes with him, you knew in advance, okay, we're gonna be together, or was it just coincidences that you just kept being in movies with Dolph Lundgren?
It was coincidence. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, I mean, well, what was it? Silencer. Do you see Silencer?
Mm-mm.
The one I was in, that was Tito was in, and I was in.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
They sent me the artwork because it was right before it was coming out, right before me and him were gonna fight.
Yeah.
They sent me the artwork. And I thought someone was messing with me. I didn't know he was in the movie.
Oh, wow.
I thought they were also Photoshop Tito into my movie poster. I'm like, no way. It was kind of funny. I had no idea. It was a movie that had already been, made months ago. It had been made a year ago. It was already been through everything, and yeah.
Now, speaking of Tito, that perfectly transitioned to.
Especially some of the smaller budget movies.
Yeah.
They kind of have they get us good money. They just got to get us in, shoot all our scenes, and get us out. They can't the whole time we're there. And that's one of the things I did with this Cagefighter movie. I mean, I allowed them. I was there for 21 days on it.
Wow.
Thing, and I did that because I liked the script. I liked the guys doing it, and that it was just. And I wanted the experience, and so I get used to being fully immersed in a movie, and it was cool to be there.
And I'm glad you brought up too that you had to tell them a little bit like, look, this doesn't work. I need some maybe adjustments here or whatever scripts. Hollywood has done a ton of boxing movies, but they haven't done many MMA movies, and some of them have been ridiculous. Like Warrior is the one that stands out as a pretty good one, well respected. Do you feel like Hollywood has given MMA justice? Is Warrior the only one maybe that you think has? Is Cagefighter one that you feel really does? Is it a little too fictional? Like, has Hollywood done MMA right yet?
I mean, they're doing it all right. It's okay. I mean, it just comes down to having I think a lot of times when it gets in a lot of movies, they overplay it. Like it's over, over like, oh, it's this dark thing over here
Yeah.
they were doing in the background with
Yeah.
bad guys and all that. But it's all good. I mean, it keep getting but more and more now. It's like we're here.
Talking about iconic stuff and stuff like that, I'm from the generation where ESPN 30 for 30 films are a big deal. Those are some of the best storytelling pieces of content sports has for decades. They have done a ton of boxing stuff, also like Hollywood, not too much MMA. That is until recently with the 30 for 30 about your rivalry with Tito. How big of a deal was it to be a main part of something like that? This great piece of MMA historical content, and did you enjoy and appreciate your portrayal in it?
Well, when they mentioned it, I thought it was awesome. I was really excited about it, and I thought they did a really, really good job of covering a lot of like topics and things throughout the whole thing, and get the feel of everything in a short period of time. You could have gone into more depth into almost everything there. I think they edited 15 minutes of stuff out there too, but we won't talk about that.
I have often one thing that comes through loud and clear in that documentary is Dana White still has a lot of dislike for Tito Ortiz. Tito seems like he wants to kind of get past the problems between the two. I know you have a long history with both of them, but when you watch, were you surprised Dana still had such a strong distaste for him up until now? And when it clearly we all know he did better than Tito. He's UFC has done great. Tito has gone his own direction. Do you feel like you understand that Tito has earned that dislike, or do you feel like, we're all getting too long in our years, we need to kind of get past this?
He definitely earned it. I mean, he earned it. But the thing is that's just, that's how Dana is. He's very, he says how he feels, and he's very loud about it. Like people always ask me, I used to keep people coming up to me all the time telling me how Tito screwed him over, or did this, or did that, and I feel like going to him. I don't hate the guy. I don't care. Like I really just don't care. I don't care to be his friend. I don't care. Yeah. I hope he has a great family. I hope his family does great. I hope he has a great life. But I just don't. I don't like him. I don't particularly like the person he was. I mean, I don't know who the person is today.
Yeah.
I've been around him for a long time. So I've heard people say he's changed and this and that. Maybe yes. I don't know. Cool. I don't give second chances like that. So, but I don't care. Like I really hope he has a great life.
Yeah.
So I mean, but no. And did he earn it? Yes.
Another key part of the 30 for 30 is talking about your third fight with Tito, working with Golden Boy MMA. Before I ask about the fight itself, what was your overall experience like working with Golden Boy? This wasn't some new startup company. This is a promotion that's done a lot of massive boxing events. What was your?
I think they signed the Dazen deal and just gave up on it.
Yeah.
Let us go. They were thinking, oh, this is an avenue to make some money, and they signed that big Dazen deal, and they said, hey,
wow.
How about it, guys? Have fun.
Yeah.
They just kind of screwed us. I mean, they just didn't care.
Wow.
They weren't promoting anything. They canceled all the PR things. It was like they just put us out to dry.
Wow. Obviously, the fight did not go the way you wanted. Damn near every legend in this sport has tough losses. Was that one particularly an extremely hard pill to swallow? Not just because it was a Tito thing and you lost to Tito, but because you came out of retirement, a lot of people were against it. Did that whole situation kind of add more pressure to it, or was it an experience like, what, I had no regrets, I loved it? I don't look at it like that.
I have no regrets. I mean, I wish I had known. Like before the fight, I had right after the fight, I had my neck fused from a C3, C4.
Oh wow.
But I guess I didn't know, and I didn't really know that I had a problem, and I'm just that pig-headed, Yeah. Well, I went in and finally got talked into going into. I was down on bio accelerator for my shoulders, getting down in Colombia, getting stem cells. Did a great job. My shoulders feel great. My knee. but I had them. My neck was sore, so I'm like, hey, can you check my neck? And they went, hey, have you had the? And they went, we got to do an MRI before we do it.
Mm.
Right? The guys at Bio Accelerator, they said, well, can you, when you get home, have someone look at this MRI?
Mm.
I'm like, I blew it off. I went to Vietnam for the summer and then did whatever. We went, or maybe Thailand that year. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, so we went. So I'm going, and my wife goes, hey, you're kind of clumsy lately. Like, I'm no, I'm fine. Leave me alone. And like, oh, I'm good. And she goes, well, maybe let's go talk to the doctor. So I took it in, got the MRI, went in, and he goes, so you're having some problems with balance and coordination, right? I go, no, I'm fine. That's just fun. What are you talking about? Yeah. Really? Do me a favor. Go stand on the other side of the room. Walk to me heel toe. Wow. I couldn't do it.
Wow.
I kept talking. And then I did sit on one foot and then touch your nose.
Yeah.
So my eyes, and as soon as I closed my eyes, I fall over. Before the fight, they showed up at my house for a test, drug test. But they also brought a neuro test. They had me do this neuro test.
Yeah.
And one of the things they had me do was stand on one foot, close my eyes, and touch my nose.
Yeah.
Well, I fell over the first time I did it, and then I just kind of kept my eyes kind of open a little bit. And, so and I figured I was just tired.
Yeah.
I just figured I was tired. I didn't know it meant anything.
Yeah.
I wish I could understand because that would make a lot more sense with a lot of things. It made a lot of things make more sense, but here's what it is. I don't regret it. I got back, and I got back in great shape, and I got to go out and have fun. I enjoyed every part of it except for losing. I love fighting. I love getting ready for fights. I love every bit of it, so I don't regret it. I mean, and it's one of those things. One of the reasons I justified fighting him to myself was I promised myself. I said, look, if I can't beat him, I shouldn't be fighting.
Right.
So it's kind of my barometer. If I beat him, then go ahead and fight again. If I can't, I shouldn't.
You came out of a self-imposed retirement like we talked about. You chose to retire for your reasons. It wasn't like something imposed on.
The funny thing, I was here Dana saying he told me to retire.
Yeah.
We went to dinner, and this is went to dinner and talked about my career after I lost in 2010, and we went to dinner and he goes to me and I go, hey man, I think I'm gonna retire.
Okay.
And he went, thank you. I thought I was gonna have to tell you to retire, and I just said, I just need a little time. I don't want to announce it till later. But he's like, he had planned on telling me to quit and making me quit, and he actually said he was gonna let me. If you want to go fight for someone else, I'm not gonna fight you. And it was the thing. I'll let you go and you go fight somewhere else, but I'm not gonna fight you.
Right.
You're done. That was what he was gonna say, but I'd already said before that. So I don't always hear that. I'm like, I remember I said, hey man, I think I'm gonna retire. And part of my whole thing was the reason I really gave for retiring was I just, I hear all sorts of different reasons and why I can't take a punch like I used to. Everyone gives you a bunch of reasons, but no one was giving me a way to fix it. There didn't seem to be a way to fix it.
Yeah.
So really, it gets to a point, it's time to retire.
No, fair enough. Now, one interesting thing is you have a special history with Wanderlei Silva. He's pretty much banned from MMA in America because brain specialists won't clear him. Yet he signed with Bare-Knuckle Fighting Championship. Last week I actually spoke with Vitor Belfort, and he straight up called bare-knuckle fighting like the porn of combat sports. And he didn't like anything, he didn't like what it represents. What are your thoughts on the sort of reputation bare-knuckle fighting has developed, and thoughts on Wanderlei possibly fighting? Are you scared for him kind of still fighting if his specialist won't clear him? My
thing is that you got to let a fighter make his decision.
Right.
Hey man, let a guy go.
Yeah.
I mean, live by the sword, die by the sword.
Yeah.
You know, hey, no one's gonna tell me when to quit. I mean, anybody that knows me, like the worst thing you can do is tell me what to do. I'm real generous. Ask me all you want, but tell me you have to do this. No, doesn't go. It almost doesn't go right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, but I look. Everyone worries about bare knuckle. Boxing gloves are to protect your hands.
Yeah.
Not the other guy's concussion.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe protects a little cuts. Not as easy to cut. But really, I mean, it's a lot of guys break their hands in fights. Paulie Malignaggi, I always mess his name up, but when he fought, he's a cool dude. I like him, but he said he broke his hand in the first round.
Yeah.
And then to fight the rest of the fight, And like for me, I when I fought down when I fought Pele in Brazil. I was proud of myself because I had 2 big bruises right here on these 2 knuckles. But I grew up in a hardstyle karate where we did everything with bare knuckle. I was used to it.
Yeah.
But guys are boxing. A lot of guys are boxing. They're used to having those big boxing gloves
Yeah.
on. They're not used to. Their hands aren't used to, and they hit really hard.
Yeah.
And their hands aren't used to hitting things really hard.
Yep.
They're used to being protected.
Yep.
And so when they hit something, they break. So it's tough. But it's, I mean, if people are paying and people want to see it and guys want to fight that way, let them fight.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if that's, I know there's one of those shows had a big problem with paying guys, but other than that, outside of that, the actual fighting, it's knuckle. Like, the Valley Tour in Brazil. I mean, it was bare knuckle.
Yeah.
We thought, bare knuckle. It was fun. I liked it. It was my second fight ever. I went down there. I fought Pele. One 30-minute round.
Wow, 30.
Bare knuckle.
Yeah.
I mean, and there was really no real rule. I mean, you could headbutt, knee, elbow. The only thing you couldn't do was, you couldn't eye gouge.
Yeah.
Bite. Couldn't bite, couldn't eye gouge. You kick to the groin is legal.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, you ever see that IBC Brazil?
Yeah.
That one down there. It had the net from the bottom rope to, like, diagonally, the edge. Crazy. At the end of the fight, I had him stuffed underneath that net, and I was punching him in the net.
A lot of fighters go into commentary work. A lot of fighters have gone into working in promotions and kind of some management and brand ambassador role. You did that for a time with the UFC. Your knowledge of the industry, having been around for so long, could be so valuable in so many ways. Are those things, stuff like that, an option again as a possibility in the near future? Do you want to get back in the sport in some way?
I think I'm ready to start doing that stuff again. Like, for a while I kind of stayed away from it because it seemed weird for me because a lot of the guys fighting were my friends, or good friends, the guy I trained with, you still start talking weird. I always felt weird, like when one of my buddies, I think Kenny Florian was fighting Jose Aldo. Yeah. And my wife goes, why'd you say Kenny was going to win? You told me you thought Aldo won. I trained Kenny. Yeah. And it's maybe great for his confidence as a guy that is coached to tells you how to lose. Not, and I don't know that it would bother him at all anyway. Yeah. I don't know if Kenny would care, but if just in case it did, I don't want to give him do anything, because I like the guy and I was hoping he was going to win. I thought he had a shot, so I'm like, well, if he wins, I'll look like the smart guy.
What are your thoughts on the UFC trying really hard, maybe in spite of popular and expert opinions, to put on these events next week? Especially as we get closer to 70,000 deaths here in the U.S. What are your thoughts? Are you a bit uncomfortable with it? Are you, think
that guy's fine. You're a healthy dude. I mean, they said most healthy people I'm not a doctor. I don't want to get everyone mad at me for saying that, but they said what was that on that boat? They had 60% of the people that tested positive had no symptoms.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, but I think sports is good. We need entertainment. If you're gonna let pro wrestling's already doing it, no one cares about that.
Yeah.
So I mean, and they're grown men. They make their decision. If they want to fight, they fight. If they don't, they don't have to. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, it's a free country. If the guys want to work, I mean, it comes down to I'll take my risk. I'll take my chances. Is it between feed my family and possibly getting sick? Yeah, feed my family.
Yeah. Fair enough. I've often wondered about this, especially as you made, the jump into Hollywood, evolving your career, stuff like that. But I remember when The Rock was all the way up and doing Hollywood, doing acting, he actually slimmed down to fit like a traditional look for actors, stuff like that. Has there ever been a push by like casting directors for you to shave the iconic mohawk, or did you ever think about removing the mohawk, reinventing yourself? Like, what's this?
I just did it in a movie. I can't think of the name of it right now. I did a movie. I was a general with no beard and hair going out. But I mean, I don't mind doing. I like doing roles. I like doing different things that aren't me. I don't always have to be the guy with the mohawk. I mean, if they want me to do, I don't mind being the guy with the mohawk. I can play the part how I want to play it. I can have fun with it any way they want. So, but I'm up for I'll go do a full costume. I can cover my whole face. I don't care, and whatever works.
When I talked to Randy Couture last year, he does the acting thing too and acts. Has there been a desire to get on that Marvel money train? And he talked about he did an audition for a Marvel movie. Is there a want by Chuck Liddell to maybe get on that Marvel money train, get a role in a Marvel movie?
All right, come on. I wouldn't turn one down, that's for sure. I know I'm actually friends with a few of the guys in the movie, but
okay.
I don't know. I'd be super cool just to be like that's one of the ones. I'm a big Marvel fan, so I don't even have to be a big part. That's one of those ones I get. Hey, come on set and say hi. So I got an entourage. I just told them I want to walk on set and say hi to them. And they want to write me into the script, but that was cool. But it's funny. I always say I asked that about everybody I knew to try to get me on, and just in Hollywood fashion, everyone took credit for getting me on the show. Not that I care.
Yeah.
5 different people. Oh yeah, I did. They're the ones that. Hey, I asked 5 years ago.
Now this is fascinating. As a longtime Marvel fan since I was a kid, to know that the Iceman likes Marvel. Now, are you a Marvel fan like you love the movies, or even it goes back to even comic books that you love like a Marvel fan?
I had all the comic books. I love it. Yeah, oh yeah.
So top 3 favorite Marvel characters. Give it to me.
Top 3. I mean the Hulk will always be my favorite. Captain America and I like Hawkeye.